Greetings, human beings. Xyla JacQuel here with another Ancient Light Insights. And today we are here again with Stardust in our Thursday Jupiter podcast, Expanding Consciousness. And this is our second episode. I will leave the link of the previous episodes below, as well as our Friday Venus episode on flowering love, all about self healing, all about self empowerment, all matters of the heart. So stay tuned to that one as well. Welcome, Stardust. How are you feeling this week?
I'm great, JacQuel. Thank you for having me here.
Special announcement I need to give. Did mention that this podcast will be aired every week. Unfortunately, we have to cut down to once a month while I fully move because there's so much that I have to do in between and it's not giving me enough time. So, for now, while I can, stabilize myself where I need to be, we will be doing both podcasts, Expanding Consciousness on Jupiter Thursday and Flowering Love on Venus Friday, once a month each podcast. So it will be 2 times a month, one for Expanding Consciousness, one for Flowering Love. So that's the special announcement for you all to know. We will also be having special guests, so stay tuned to that.
Yes.
On episode 1, we were speaking about the grand awakening, waking up to the reality of this new life, shifting into the Aquarian age, stepping out of the new world order that has just started into the new earth. And today, what we will be discussing, the new world order versus the new earth. A lot of you here are wondering what the hell is that about, the new world order and the new earth. I don't even understand that. So let's start things from basics. So we will be talking a little bit about the new world order versus the new earth. What does it mean to live in a new world order? What does it mean to live in the new earth? And what are the differences in that? How can that help you, guide you through your awakening and to expanding your consciousness?
There you go. Beautifully said.
Stardust, say hi to everyone and start off with this.
Hey, everybody. You may be wondering, what is the New World Order and what does it have to do with me? And how's it going to affect me? Well, here's a few examples. Right now, the world we live in this matrix, so to speak, we're stuck in doing 9 to 5 jobs, paying bills and overpaying for things, consuming things that we don't need, focused on entertainment rather than ourselves, and being slaves to all these things that they throw at us through the system, through the money, through entertainment, through distractions, all to keep you away from what we're really here to do. And that's just going to get amplified so much more to the point where we're forced to work, stay in a box and not grow. And I feel that we can avoid this by having the consciousness of the new earth and the awareness of the new earth and what that entails for us as a collective together.
Yes, is exactly what it is. And diving more into it, basically, this world that we live in is ruled by certain people, certain power. And it's very obvious now that the veils have lifted and we are able to see the truth clearly. It's a parasitic government that does not have the best interest for humanity, but to enslave us human beings in order to empower their own selves in a egocentric way. So to empower their corporations and their ability to rule this world, have control of the water system, have control of power, energy, have control of our living situation. So to disempower humanity. basically, because the moment that we human beings decide to wake up and break that cycle of enslavement of the matrix is the moment that that system will collapse. The new world order has just started now. After COVID, the new world order started. There's a lot going on right now. There is rumors of war going on with the Ukrainian. I'm sure you all are seeing what is going on. This is not about politics. I'm not going to get into this, but it's very relevant, everything that is happening in the world. All for power, all for greed, all for control. Dominating humanity is all male energy out of balance, basically. It's very obvious that the truth is coming out for us to see it and for us to change our reality. They keep pushing and bombarding more fear factor with war, with threats, enforcing and controlling and putting rules and punishments. All of this part of the new world order to keep human beings working on the 9 to 5 Monday through Friday enslavement job that you all hate. And you're desperate on Friday, you just want to get drunk and high Friday, Saturday, desperately because you only have 2 days. When in reality, human beings are meant to work maybe 2 days a week, truly, and enjoy
Yeah.
those 5 days to do whatever you want. It's the opposite. Everything in this world is twisted, and we're starting to see this. And in the matrix world, in the new world order, they just want you to put all of your energy and efforts into empowering their corrupted corporations, which is a lot of the work that most people work on. And I, saying this for myself, I worked in the past, not anymore. I completely disconnected from that. But in the past, I used to work for corporations that are not doing good for humanity. So it all depends what kind of job you have. For instance, Stardust, who has his job as a shamanic Reiki healer, but he also has a part-time in a so-called corporate world, but he works with the medicine cannabis and hemp oil. So at least he is putting energy and effort into something that is beneficial for the world. So it's a lot better than working, for instance, like Monsanto or Shell gas station, any of these corporations that are just, killing humanity, killing animals for oil. All of these corporations that have a hidden agenda that we don't know about. So we're contributing to that. That is the New World Order. Is also complying, living in these little cubicles called apartments, which I currently still live in. I'm here in Hollywood still, and this is a beautiful apartment complex, but it's still an apartment. It's like a little cubicle. We're together in little cubicles, like sardines in a little can in different little rooms. We have no privacy. We have a lot of regulations. We depend on the power of electricity of the city, and the water is controlled by the government, when in reality there's many countries that collect the rain from the skies, and they know how to prepare it for showering, for washing, and same as solar panels. The power is free. It comes from the sun. This is what the New World Order is to complying and being content with being controlled and being told what to do without questioning your authorities, so that you feel like this is necessary. When we're indoctrinated this way, we can't question authority. This is what they say. This is what should be. This is out with the old, in with the new. If you're still under that system, you're behind. You're behind. We need to step into that now. The new earth. What is the new earth? It's Mama Gaia has rebirthed a new energy. A new energy that is more harmonious, that is more supported by the celestial beings, that is more supported by the entire universe, by the ancestors, the ascended masters. So it's more liberation. It's about unplugging from that matrix and choosing not to live in the new world order, but to live in this new earth. Is an opportunity to liberate ourselves, to be free as human beings. It's about sobriety. It's about sustainability. It's about entrepreneurship. becoming business owner, becoming entrepreneur, coming up with innovative ways, which is very Aquarian energy, innovative ways by exploring your gifts and talents. And how can I use my gifts and talents to make money, to create a business, and being bold and assertive to say, I'm doing this. I think I can do it. And then do like Stardust, maybe. Sometimes it takes a lot of money and investing that we don't have. Maybe get a part time job, a good business that is doing something good for humanity. There are good companies. We don't have to choose to work for just something detrimental that, a meat company that is just torturing animals to eat. Or just, that's just an example. There's many detrimental corporations we can get in ourselves in. It's about taking the initiative to say, I'm making a change. I'm doing this. And also considering becoming sustainable, even the way I'm doing. That I just bought a shipping container and I'm turning it into a home in the desert. I'm leaving this comfortability to work harder because I have to get dirty, wake up early, and I'm planning on building a greenhouse and growing my own herbs. I'm going to have solar panel collecting electricity and power from the sun, and I'm going to have a water tank. All these things are going to require so much work in the morning to get done, and things might fail, and that's what I have to shake it off, get up, and continue. And basically, I am off the grid of the matrix trap. The new world order. You are more free now. Yes, it's more work, but it's just, if you compare it to the work you're doing Monday through Friday, sitting in an office, bending your neck and just doing something that you don't even understand what it is. You're just doing what you need to do. It doesn't have any value. That you're wasting your time rather than you just learning skill by making mistakes and learning how to plant trees or growing things. You're just becoming more skillful, and it's something that is to your benefit. Even the mistakes that you make by becoming a sustainable living person, there's a lot you're learning. It's not really a waste of time. Maybe you waste a little money into it, but at the end of the day, what it is to pay $2,000, that is a rent of living here in this apartment in Hollywood, versus like a quarter of that because you are sustainable, because you are not in the system. The new earth is living this life where you slowly begin to liberate yourself from the enslavement system that we've been living for centuries, becoming business owners, becoming entrepreneur, working with our creative energy to create a business rather than somebody else's creative energy. Diving deep into the new world order versus the new earth.
Very good. I love the way you put all that. That was beautiful. Set up to talk about this so that people can understand the detail that we're going to dive into with this. And so, with that, I want to add on. There's a lot of people that are comfortable, and in order to change, in order to grow, in order for things to be different than what they are, to be better, we have to break out of those comfort zones, out of those comfortable feelings and situations and experiences that we're continuing to drive on in a cycle. It's hurting us. It's not helping the world anymore at all. And I think that that's where we have to start, is looking at our life, looking at what we feel is comfortable and what's no longer serving us so we can move forward.
Absolutely. This is so important because it takes self empowerment that we mentioned a lot in the last episode of Flowering Love. That's the last step, because first is self healing. We were talking about self healing, self love, and then self empowerment. Only when you step into that self empowerment can you have the courage, right? The drive, the will to make those decisions and steps in one's life to make it happen. A lot of us are just scared to do it. We often think, oh, there's no way I can do this. There's no way I can make it. But there's so many people out there that do it. No, they're not more special than anyone. Yes, some people have detriments in the birth chart that makes us a little, more weaker or whatever. And we will discuss these things about astrology, the importance of astrology, to know yourself. But basically, these people just have done it. They just put the work It's just a matter of putting the work. So there's no excuse. We can't blame anyone for it. It's just a matter of realizing these things, knowing the truth, seeing it for what it is, and wanting to step out of it. This life on the new earth is not for everyone. Not everyone is meant to live in the new earth. Some people love being in the matrix. They love being in the new world order. They thrive in materialism and power and feeding the ego to this point. There's people who love that life, and there's nothing we can do about it, and to each its own. We are here for those who are called to step into this new earth. Those of you who are really awakening, not the zombies. Most of these enslaved people are zombies. These are the zombies that we've always seen in the movies, and the symbolism of the zombies that we think is just so literal, but it's very metaphorical, to say the least. It is true that we are living in a world full of zombies. When they say zombies are coming on Earth, we've been having zombies on Earth. They walk among us every day. I
Yeah,
was one. I was a zombie at one point until I woke the fuck up. This is what it is, because the powers that be in the Matrix world, in the New World Order, they need zombies, because only zombies will just do the dirty work for you when they're hypnotized, when they're in a trance, when they're just conditioned and indoctrinated and manipulated, and we've allowed that. So now they just use us as puppets. And this is what it is. So when we are operating based on other people's choices and decisions, and we're just doing what we're told without questioning, even though we're incredible, smart human beings with a consciousness, when we're not utilizing that consciousness, then we're zombies. Then we are in a state of zombiness. So waking up is just waking up from that spell and like, whoa, what happened? I see clearly what's going on. I've seen that you've had me as a zombie, this energy draining, and then we take the reins of our chariot to
exactly.
to drive our own wheels, right?
Exactly. No, no, you're right. You're completely right. It's that veil that we have to get rid of, that veil that they put over us, that illusion that they played, you know, that they played us with this entire time of, oh, you have to work for money, you have to work to live, you have to work to do anything you want to manifest here, and that's completely not the truth. Money is just a tool that we use to, like, an energy exchange. Say I do a healing service on you, and all you have is money. Well, that's a fair energy exchange. Everything is energy. I'll take that for the energy I gave you, but they want you stuck on their system. They want you stuck on, okay, say money doesn't, it disappears, right? And they have a one world credit system. That's what it's going to become. It's going to become like a one world credit system, and you have to do a certain amount of hours to receive a certain amount of credits to live your life. Do we really want that?
Wow, that's just Saturn. Punish and reward. Exactly. Do we really want this? This is insanity, to say the least. Wow. Like, I love how you put that, because it's reality of life. Is we have to make a choice, because we're just in too deep at that point. Like, what's happening all around the world right now is that so many people are used to working in companies for years, right? And they get you in a trap. Well, I'm already done all these years. Well, what am I going to do? That there's just no way. But that's what they wanted. That's how they set it up to happen, so that you feel trapped, and then you just be like, well, there's nothing I can do about it anymore.
Right. And then you have the retirement plans that you're worrying about building up so that you can use that to live off of. But then that's not even enough after that. It's not even enough to supply you with your living expenses, and with the food that you need and stuff like that. That eventually runs out, and then you're stuck. You don't know what to do. You have to go back into the system, get another part-time job when you're like 65 years old. It's ridiculous.
Wow, that's so true. That's how it happened to me. So I'll explain briefly how did I choose to be so bold and invest in this shipping container. Well, COVID was a great eye opener for all of us, I'm sure, because it put us 2 years of rest in a home, isolated from people, which might seem very negative, but I'm sure now we've all came to the conclusion how beneficial that was, because most of us woke up during that time. Most of us really like were able to analyze all that and come to that conclusion ourselves. That was the opportunity for us to say, hey, now I'm going to change this up. But unfortunately, most people didn't do that. Most people just wasted time. They didn't do nothing. And now that things are becoming normal, they're back at their job, forced to get vaccinations and all this stuff, like complying to these things without questioning it, without knowing what it's doing to our bodies. All these things, and you just missed the boat, the train, and opportunity. And I took that time to say, oh, wait a minute. No wonder it's been so tough for me to have achieved my goals and my dreams when I'm paying $2,000 every month. That's not including the rest of my bills. How am I going to save for some healing sanctuary when I'm paying so much? This is the case for a lot of people. So it's like what Stardust say. Years pass by and years pass by. Next thing you know, you're just too old and you feel like, well, I can't do anything anymore. So I wasted my time. And then we have to come back. We have to complete our dharma, which is our destiny, whatever it is that we're here to do. We can choose how to create this, but we have to fulfill that. Otherwise, we have to come back to do it. We will be unsatisfied when we cross over. And that's not what we want. We all inevitably will die. And there's nothing to fear about that, because we can die old, happy, wealthy, and even pain-free if we're healthy enough around loved ones, and it could be a beautiful transition. But are we satisfied? That's what becomes the painful part. So I took the risk to say, fuck this. I'm going to save my money and I'm going to invest, so when things start going normal, I can make a transition, because it's a trap, my friends. It's a big, big trap where you feel like you don't have a choice to turn the tables, but you can. You can if you figure it out as a human being.
And don't forget, if you feel on this journey that you're transitioning from the Matrix to the new Earth, and you feel lost, you feel alone, reach out. There's others that are like you that want you form a community, form a group. They want to help each other rise up. That's what New Earth is about, helping each other rise out of this system that controls us and holds us down and manipulates us, and move forward into the new earth where we are all free to be and express how we want.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Stardust and I, both of us, are shamanic Reiki healers and coach mentors. You can feel free to reach out to any of us on this if you have no one to talk to. Links to our information and our medias will be in the description box. And also, we always remind everyone that if you have a specific question or even a topic based on expanding consciousness that you would like for us to talk on, leave it as well in the comment below. So today we're going to leave it at this. We don't want to go too long on these podcasts. A little information for you to just sink in. Sometimes when things can be too long, it could be too much to chew on. So we're just doing a nice 30-minute podcast, just enough information for you to process for several weeks, so you digest and things of that nature. So we will be coming back next month for expanding consciousness. It will be some random Thursday. Stay tuned. Make sure you are subscribed, and we will continue the topic of the new earth versus the new world order. How to slowly step out of this new world order if that's what you want, and how to enter this new earth. Like Stardust says, this is all about community. And we talked about in our first podcast about this year, 2022, the number 222s, how significant and important it is when it comes to teamwork, unity, collaboration, coming together to create things. This year is all about that. So do not hesitate to reach out to any of us if you need to. And I will let Stardust finish this with one more insight. And also, I'm going to invite you to do a brief guided meditation so you guys can experience Stardust's amazing guided meditation that he has. So, to help you tune in and open the consciousness so that this information that we've delivered for all of you today can really sink in and you can receive the goodness of it and that it resonates with your truth.
So, with that being said, guys, I just want to say when it comes to these transitions, when it comes to these transformative times in your own individual lives and to everybody's lives collectively, do not let fear control and fool you, fear of the unknown, because when we change into a new life, into a new way of being, there can be a lot of unknowns that will scare us away from that path, but we have to stay vigilant and we have to stay resilient and stay on that path because that path that we're going towards, even though it's the unknown, it's also the highest path filled with love and joy and peace and everything that you want. You have to go through that almost like a shadow work phase, a dark night of the soul of transforming and leaving the old to then welcome and make space for the new.
Thank you so much, Start, as always, for your beautiful insight and being here with us. And all of you out there tuning in with us, thank you for your beautiful presence. We wish all of you nothing but love and light from the bottom of our hearts, as always. And we will close it with a beautiful guided meditation to open your consciousness here with Stardust. So I'm going to go ahead and light up as always. Little Palo Santo here.
Clearing the
Clear the
energies.
energy and the space. We'll let you go ahead.
All right, guys. So just get into a comfortable seating position or wherever you're at, you can lay down. Just make sure you're comfortable. And I want you to just take a second to just sit there, make sure you have quiet, nothing going on to distract you, and just listen to the sound of my voice as you close your eyes and start to breathe in deep through the nose and out the mouth. I want you to take 3 deep breaths with me. Here we go. Deep, slow breath. One more. And as you put your awareness onto your breath, you can let nice, natural, shallow breathing go in. Don't force it, just observe. Observe anything that comes through while you observe the breath and let it flow naturally. Do not attach any identity to your thoughts. Let your thoughts pass by like a cloud or like a boat in the sea. And take deep breaths in between the guidance of my voice. As you ground yourself into your energy, into your body, relax your body, analyze your body, and any places that feel tension, release them now and have a deep breath to aid with that release. And as you're breathing out, release any doubts, any fears, any shame, any worries, any feelings that are holding you back from your true being of joy, happiness, and love. Now I want you to just take deep, conscious breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. and take them at your own pace, but take them by expanding the belly out as you breathe in and contracting the belly in when you breathe out. This is to help the energy move up your spine and into your third eye, your crown chakra, therefore expanding the energy up there in your consciousness. And you can start that now. Imagine the energy as a white light traveling up your spine, through your body, cleansing and clearing any blockages you may have, rising up into the skull, to the brain and the mind, connecting back down into the heart. For these two are married as one. You may feel some tingling sensations as you do this breathing consciously. That is normal. And let your body flow with this energy. Beautiful. Now, with this awareness, with this consciousness, I want you to slowly bring your attention back to your body and ground yourself in. Take a few more deep breaths and start to slowly wiggle a finger or two to bring your awareness back. As you feel yourself coming back into your body, slowly open your eyes when you are ready and give gratitude for the experience that you were able to have, for being here, for being human, and for having the time of your life. Welcome back, everybody.
Oh, that
How
was
do you feel?
beautiful. Thank you so much. I literally was feeling that white light going up my spine and the tingling sensation. It was fabulous. Thank you so much, Stardust.
Oh,
Amazing.
I'm grateful. Thank you.
I hope you all enjoy that and that helps open up a little your consciousness and really sink in this information that we've all learned today. And with that, we will see you guys on the next one. Aho ashe. Namaste.